Alright, welcome back everyone for the Donkey Kong Country 100% tutorial here. We are on 2-2 Mountain Mania, and very similar to the any percent counterpart, we're going to be going for a lot of the route that you would normally find while doing the stage that way. The letters are, once again, not too far out of the way, so luckily we do get to keep some of that muscle memory and use it for this new route. Okay, having to be a little more careful to make sure I actually get that K. And then I still get to do this all pogo route, which is very nice. Remember that anytime you're doing pogos instead of starting up a run animation with Rambi, you're actually saving closer to 1/4 of a second, so very important. Get this O, which is only slightly awkward and thankfully not as slow as you would think it would be compared to the 80% route. You would normally be ditching Rambi, but that's okay because you don't have to pick Rambi up again. And we're coming up on the first boost now. We're going to be picking up the ends, very free and easy, so no big deal here. Just hoping that I don't die. Very nice. And then here comes second boost. This still works in Hundo. Slightly different there, but it actually, yep, it's playing out just fine. Get into the cave. Yo! Okay, wow, that's super good. Now I just have to not die. Alright, okay. So, pretty lucky for me. I actually got all the way into the Cave of Wonders. Whoa, okay, so I actually, I did something wrong there. Don't do what I just did. But, don't worry, I will show you again, as soon as we finish beating the stage. There was the G. I actually had a slight panic attack right there, but no worries, we're all fine, we're all fine. So yeah, that was all 4 Kong letters. The G is naturally on the way. You don't have to slow down like I did. I just misbounced there. But we'll go back, we'll explain everything. Make sure we got it all right. Alright. Sorry about the strange audio problems. Not exactly sure what happened there. But let's get back into the stage. And what you're trying to keep in mind as you're watching these guides is you should be familiar with your jump strength, your pogo strength. Keep that in mind, because making personal adjustments throughout the stage is what's going to save your life. The more practice and time you put into each stage, the better you're going to get. So what you're trying to do at first here is you're poking off of where this Dixie barrel is, and then off the fluff into the pit, and then onto the Rambi box. So again, it's off of where the Dixie barrel is, the fluff, try get into the pit, and then you get another bounce, and you want to use that bounce to get on top of the Rambi box. These are all, this way you're doing all pogos, saves more frames, slightly faster than just rolling through everything. So now that you're on Rambi, you want to practice your timing on Rambi as well. You want to break him and then go. If you end up mashing too hard, you're going to end up going to Pound Town. You just get Rambi stomping on the ground for no reason. So in this next section here, see if I can get this real quick. You go into this pit, bounce off this walrus dude. You want to bounce kind of light so that you grab that K. Again, you're going into the pit, and another bounce. You want to bounce off the walrus dude. You're trying to get like as much to the left as you can, and the reason why is for this setup where you're going to do all pogos in just a moment. So you want to be kind of on the left of those Rambi breakable rocks there. Do a light pogo to get this K. And you're going to do a light pogo here, and then all full pogos. If I didn't clip, I should have just fine speed, all full pogos here, and then one last light pogo off of that guy. So we're in good shape right now. And then this section's a lot easier, just mashing through. You get this rat here, jump. Now here's where the O is. What you want to do is, you're just going to, as it gets under the O, you're going to jump, grab the O, and then you're going to wait a second, then run off, and you're going to do a light jump. Now this is unlike the way you do it in any percent where you would just kind of go straight through. You're going to do a light jump, control your momentum, and then make it so that you bounce on the ground, on the fluff that is jumping, and then you hold this bounce that you actually go up onto the next floor, and then you'll run from there. So, grab the O, run, perfect, and then you just run straight through. Now nice, here, you just literally, all you have to do is mash. This is great. Okay, once you get to this section, make sure you jump. You will die otherwise, and then you don't have to reload your Rambi. Time your mashes, that does take some practice, just spend some time in time attack, you know, grinding the stage out, it's not difficult. Now here coming up we have the N. So for this N, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get momentum and I'm going to set up the first boost. You don't have to do the first boost if you're not comfortable with it, and the way I do it, I have visual cues to tell me, hey, this isn't looking right, so we're just going to pull back and make sure we stay alive. But you can get the end no problem before that happens. So coming up on this notorious first boost, getting the end is fairly free. Once you jump off the crate with Rambi, you're going to do a pogo off the platform and then a very light pogo off the walrus. What you're trying to do with that pogo off the walrus is you need to get as close as you possibly can to the first rock without getting hit. Getting hit by that rock loses all of your momentum and you immediately fall to your death. There's no way of saving yourself. But you need to get as close as you possibly can in order to be able to do a full pogo that will get you over the entire gap. Otherwise, you're going to fall into the next pit. So good luck with that. Make sure you practice it quite often because it is very difficult. So let's try and get this running off right here, right where the pole is. Light, full pogo. Okay, yeah, I was pretty confident about that. I'm glad I made it straight across. Coming up on the second boost, just get on this crate, set yourself up. Make sure that you're facing right. I actually want to back up a little bit more. You want to be more on the middle or the left side of this crate, and you want to run off as it gets toward the middle, this pillar right here. You want to run off and jump at the same time. And then for this next couple of hops here, it's the second bounce, the second boost. I'm going to try and explain right here. You are going to be, there's going to be a pit. You want to make sure that you actually land on the as close as you can to where the pit starts. You don't want to land in the pit because that makes it much harder to get out. So where the pit starts, full over the gap, and then you're going to do, my method is 2 light bounces. Make sure that you're getting over this blue hot hoots. I bonk into the ceiling and then another light bounce, another bounce onto a crate, and then from there you're going to be skipping the rest of the way up. These are fairly light bounces, but again, you must practice this to make sure you understand the strength of your pogos. From there, we're going to see what we get. Okay, good. Light, light over the hoots, into the ceiling, bounce, light again, onto this crate, up, up. Ooh, okay, so I actually did... That sucks for me. I did too hard on the second one, okay? And as you see, I just fell straight into a pit. So the downside is, now I just have solo DK, okay? And you can actually just roll, you take Rambi, that's one way you can do it, where you would just run off here and then ditch him again. And you don't have to do that, any of that jumping stuff. But yeah, that pogo series would take you all the way here. And what you want to do when you get to this section with the pogos is you want to do light pogo off of the ledge up top, and then this Rambi rock, and then you will hopefully get right into the cave. Now, luckily, if you are unfortunate and you didn't get to the cave, you'll bonk up on the ceiling of Blunders, as we call it, because getting in here is the Cave of Wonders. Get your eternal reward, boys. But if you bonk on the ceiling of Blunders, you'll actually always be able to land safely down here, no problem. Just make sure you're holding right. And then with Rambi, the other nice thing is that we'll have a lot of extra tokens. That's if you're doing the shop strat. So DKS BBB, who is really tearing it up with Hundo right now, is actually showing me that potentially the Hundo can be shopless. Now, as you see that G right there, I will go back and show again how you get that G with Rambi and Cranky, so you don't have to worry about that. So once you bust through these rocks with Rambi, you're going to do a pogo to get over the rat, a full pogo to pick up the G and clear the gap, and then another light pogo to get over the next rat, and then you're good to keep going to the end of the stage. Section, and then a little dangerous here with solo Donkey Kong, but we'll be fine. And then again, you would be able to just break through all of this with Rambi and Cranky. Nice clean finish with Rambi and Cranky, just like this. And that's the end of the stage. So it is a very, very difficult stage. You can easily die doing any of those tricks. If you're not confident in either of them and you just want to do runs, go right ahead. But they do save quite a bit of time. That second boost saves around 10 seconds. The first boost only saves 1 second. So if you're not comfortable with doing it, it's very easy to just forget it. But you should work on your second boost. Make sure you're consistent with it. It's not hard to get consistent. It is just dangerous. So thank you all once again. Mountain Mania is a very dangerous stage. Try and get your old man, make sure you're holding on to him, and we're going to be making our way to Horntop Hop, which, dang, I do love that stage, so I'm pretty excited to be telling you all about that one next time. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.